because it's my first day and you all have bullied me. Do you all know how bad it is in a society? When you see a girl who is like
reflects, people wanted to hear you. So there the combination of personality is not there, but still the person is very...
लेक्चर टेबल. अब मेरा दोनों हाथ नीचे. हामिद को मैंने देखा, उसकी आंखों में नमी थी. हामिद day we discussed about what we discussed about. We discussed about personality traits. We discussed about openness. We also gave our points about openness. We also talked about conscientiousness. We talked about agreeableness. We talked about also exactly, like neuroticism, that neuroticism is not the aspect that we should adopt. And we are going to talk about today a very important aspect and very important thing about actually gesture. Alright, gesture is very important in public speaking field. Sometimes what happens that, for example, look my gesture. Every gesture is actually meaningful. Every gesture matters. The way you express yourself, that matters a lot. There are 3 tips. First of all, there are 3 things you need to understand. A stiff gesture, expressive gesture, and of course open gesture. A stiff, expressive, open. When you talk about stiff, this is called stiff. So a stiff gesture is actually negative aspect, that you don't need to stiff yourself. This comes under low gesture. When you talk about expressive gesture, it comes under idle gesture, like you are expressing yourself. It comes in the medium point, like expressive way, and it is called idle gesture, that you should be expressive. And the third is open gesture, which comes under high gesture. Open means like this. 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 So what do you need to follow? You don't need to follow this stiff gesture, that you are just squeezing your body and you're not even feeling comfortable, and also not allowing your audience to feel comfortable. That is quite negative aspect. So you need to understand, follow the ideal gesture at the time of speaking. Right? Gesture and posture are the combo of public speaking, but the way you posture, give a posture to your body, that matters, but the way you combine your gesture with the posture, that matters a lot. Now, for example, if you say thumbs up to somebody, then it's thumbs ups, thumbs down. Alright, Master Sahab, you, when we were a child, right, in childhood we used to say, Master Sahab, sir. So, alright, we say yo, we say yo. So, all have different meaning. Because, let's have a great example. Now, Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister of India, has actually exposed about in Man Ki Baat about the 1000 new words in the sign language. Sign language is also increasing. Why? Because of dumb and deaf people. There are dumb and deaf people, numbers are increasing, that's why sign language is increasing. And if the sign language is increasing, of course the gesture part is also increasing in that. But sometimes what happens, we do monotony in the gesture. And what is monotony in the gesture? It means that we make our gesture boring. Oh, of course, one champ right now. I just want to say that's quite cute, and I just when I came here first time, I just thought that I would speak. It is monotony. You're speaking good sound, but your gesture is quite monotonous. It's boring, right? Next aspect, if we talk about, don't be extra exaggerating. Don't actually overshow your gesture. The guy came. He was sitting here. That I think 3 days back.
Yes.
Right, when he came on the stage, he was speaking good English, but did you observe him? So I was talking about, yeah, of course, okay, of course, right, I was talking about, I was talking about, right, I was talking about public speaking. The public speaking is very important, right? So we should learn public speaking, and I think that if you become an effective public speaker, वो 4 बार पीछे जा रहा है, लड़ रहा है दीवार में, आ रहा है, गिर रहा है, नाच रहा है, gesture. It is called overshow gesture. And why it happens? You think that it is happening because of that person's habit or that person's public speaking style. No, it doesn't happen because of that. It happens because you feel yourself that you are in the uncomfort zone. You don't feel yourself comfortable, and that's why the way you want to express, you can't. The way you don't want to express, you do. You understand that? So the gesture is always comes naturally, and it should come naturally. Let's have a great example of an actor. मैं तो पीता हूं कि तुम्हें देख सकूं, बर्दाश्त कर सकूं, यहां बैठ सकूं. Now what is he saying? He is saying, and now when Sunny Deol gets angry, कातिया, सातों को एक साथ मारूंगा और यही मारूंगा. That was Gabbar, no Katiya. That was Sunny Deol's dialogue. Gabbar और ठाकुर ये हाथ मुझे दे दे. अब ही इज आस्किंग फॉर हाथ, तो दोनों हाथ मांग रहा है. ठाकुर ये हाथ मुझे दे दे, ठाकुर ये हाथ मुझे दे दे, ठाकुर ये हाथ मुझे दे दे, ठाकुर ये हाथ मुझे दे. अब नाउ सी, जेस्चर में, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में जब भी आप फिंगर दिखाते हो तो इसको बोलते हैं फिंगर गन. इफ यू आर शोइंग गन टू समबडी in the real life, that's a gun, very dangerous. And if you are showing your finger in the public speaking field, it is also just like a gun for the public speakers and audience. That's why never show the finger. That's why never show the finger, right? Just always hand gesture like this. When you're talking about yourself, you do like this. When you're talking about somebody else, you do like this. When you're talking about the front person, you do like this. And of course you can do like this. This is the gesture. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming, you know, like all the people, I'm just covering all the people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about myself, and I'm talking about Neetu ma'am, I'm talking about Mr. Navneet, right? It's like Kathak dance, right? Yes. You know. Okay, and sometimes we say, I'm talking about myself, I'm talking about Neetu ma'am, I'm talking about Navneet. And where are your hands? Relax. That is relax. I'm talking about myself, I'm talking about Neetu ma'am, I'm talking about Navneet. It's called over show off. And the same way I have observed, like it happens with Chandan sir, for example, sometimes, like, you know, when he is stuck, his body language also gets stuck, and his body language gets over exaggerating, and sometimes it gets disbalanced. It happens with Ijaz sir, like his body language is quite frightened and stiffed when he comes on the stage. I observed in Manisha's study, like, you know, her gesture was just like a calm. She was speaking good English, but her gesture was calm. And sometimes I find in Shapak that she gets over gesture, sometimes, not every time, but she focuses. So we would love to check your gesture. Alright, in the gesture, I would like to take your 2 minutes more. And in the gesture, what you need to understand, for example, this is called stiffing or this is called grasping. So the grasping will be here. The grasping can't be here. Of a public speaker, the grasping should not be here. Of a public speaker, the grasping should not be here. Of a public speaker, the grasping should not be here. So the grasping you can do it here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about this exactly mirror. Look this mirror and look into your eyes and feel the power of you. Feel the power of you. Look this mirror. Here I'm talking about this mirror. I can indicate with the finger. But if I talk about Neetu ma'am, I cannot indicate with the finger, because mirror is lifeless. She is lifeful. She is a soul, and she is a thinking and feeling. I'm talking about Neetu ma'am, I'm talking about this mirror. I'm talking about Neetu ma'am, I'm talking about this mirror. I'm talking about Sadaf, I'm talking about myself. Ladies and gentlemen, इस कॉल ओपन आओ, सबका स्वागत है. ऑलराइट, तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना से. अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाएं हम, तेरी बाहों में मर जाए. You understand this? Understand about the gesture posture? And same way I find in Mr. Navneet and Mr. Mahesha. Where is Akash nowadays? He's not coming. I think because of the Shehra and Ramna. Right. Okay. So what happens? Like, you also have a disbalanced gesture of your actually feet. Right. You don't give relaxation to your actually feet, and that becomes quite worrying. Sometimes what happens, like when we come on the stage, we start, oh my God, my belt. Alright, we do start setting our clothes and this and that. So we start with a very strict body language. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk about, right? अब देखिए, ये आपकी आवाज़ की कमी है और ये आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज जेस्चर की कमी है. कभी कभी आवाज़ अच्छी होती है, बॉडी लैंग्वेज दिक्कत होती है, तब हल्का चल जाता है. और कभी कभी जो है कि आवाज़ हल्की कम होती है, बॉडी लैंग्वेज अच्छी होती है, तो भी हल्का चल जाता है. और जब दोनों हो जाता है तो कुछ नहीं चल पाता है. राइट? तो दीज थिंग्स यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. राइट? यू अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट इट. नाउ every time the actor acts, he expresses, he exposes himself. Every time the speaker speaks, he exposes himself. Right? Now the point is that आपको इसलिए जेस्चर नेचुरल नहीं आ सकता क्योंकि आप पब्लिक स्पीकिंग के हैबिचुअल नहीं है। जेस्चर नेचुरल होता है। अब जेस्चर मतलब क्या है? मैं मालूम है शादी में गया था, लड्डू खाया, मैं शादी में गया था लड्डू खाया, नेचुरल है ही नहीं कोई कॉम्बिनेशन। मैं मालूम है गया था बड़े बड़े पहाड़ देखे, नहीं है। हामिद से जब मैं पहली बार मिला तो गले मिल गया, इज इट? हामिद से मैं मिला तो गले मिल गया, हामिद से मैं मिला तो हाथ मिलाया, हामिद से मैं मिला तो उसके गालों पे हाथ रखा, हामिद से मैं मिला तो आंखों में आंखें डाल के देखी, हामिद से मैं मिला तो अपने बालों को बिखेरा, हामिद से जब मैं मिला तो अपने हाथों को जो है उसकी तरफ बढ़ाया, हाथ बढ़ाते रहा, हाथ बढ़ाते रहा। हामिद ने भी हाथ बढ़ाया और मेरे हाथों को पकड़ लिया। जैसे मेरे हाथों को पकड़ा, मेरे अंदर एक ज्वालामुखी का गोला फूटा, मेरे अंदर आग लग गई। मुझे लगा कि हामिद, क्या बात है, हामिद के अंदर एक आग थी, एक ललक थी, एक चाहत था, एक जुनून था। जैसे ही हाथ मिला ऐसा लगा दिल से दिल मिला। आप समझ रहे हैं? यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? जैसे ही हाथ मिला ऐसा लगा दिल से दिल। अब हाथ हमेशा मजबूत होता है और दिल हमेशा सॉफ्ट होता है। जैसे ही हाथ मिला दिल से दिल मिला, जैसे ही हाथ मिला दिल से दिल मिला। यू अंडरस्टैंड? अब क्या होगा? है कोई कॉम्बिनेशन? दिस इज द थिंग वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड। उसकी आंखों में मैंने देखा क्या कशिश थी, उसकी आंखों में मैंने देखा एक मोहब्बत थी, उसकी आंखों में मैंने देखा एक गहराई थी, उसकी आंखों में मैंने देखा एक भूख थी, उसकी आंखों में मैंने देखा एक प्यास थी, उसकी आंखों में मैंने देखा एक जिंदगानी थी, उसकी आंखों में मैंने देखा क्या गजब सी कहानी थी, उसकी आंखों में बहुत कुछ था। यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस? अब ये जेस्चर है, अंडरस्टूड इट? इसका हमें आदी होना पड़ेगा। लेक्चर टेबल का सहारा लेना छोड़ दिया। अब मैं एग्जाम्पल लीजिए, अब ये है लेक्चर टेबल। अब मेरा दोनों हाथ नीचे, हामिद को मैंने देखा, उसकी आंखों में नमी थी। हामिद को मैंने देखा कि उसकी आंखों में एक ज्वाला थी। हामिद को मैंने देखा कि उसकी आंखों में एक गजब की जो है कि रहनुमाई थी। हामिद को मैंने देखा, उसकी आंखों में रहनुमाई थी। हामिद को मैंने देखा, उसके अंदर एक गहराई थी। हामिद को मैंने देखा, उसके अंदर एक ज्वाला थी। अब आप देख लीजिए, दोनों चीज में पब्लिक कहाँ जाएगी? सेकंड में जाएगी, क्योंकि सेकंड में दो चीज खींच रही है, आपकी बात और आपकी एक्सप्रेशन, जेस्चर, स्पेशली जेस्चर। जो तूने लफ्जों से नहीं कहा, आंखों से बयां कर दिया। जो आंखों से नहीं बयां किया, बाल बिखेर के बयां कर दिया। अंडरस्टैंड? ठीक है? तो ऐसा मत समझा करिए कि जब लड़की बाल बिखेरे तो मतलब प्यार ही होता है। कुछ लोग ऐसा भी, गांव में आदमी रहता है तो जैसे शुरू शुरू में थोड़ा वो हो जाता है उतावला, ऐसे लड़की बिखेर दी, बाल शर्मा गई, अरे पीछे पीछे। अब जैसे मैंने एक एक्सप्रेशन बताया, जब लड़की होठ पे अपनी फिंगर रखती है, इसका मतलब प्यार होता है ज़्यादातर। आप अगर एक्सप्रेशन पढ़ेंगे तो एक्सप्रेशन कभी भी जब आपको किसी के लिए प्यार जागता है, किसी के लिए थोड़ा सा फीलिंग जागती है, तो आपका कहीं ना कहीं ऑटोमेटिक जो है उंगली होठ पे आ जाती है। लेकिन कभी कभी भूल के भी आ जाती है उंगली, कभी कभी सोचने में भी कुछ आ जाती है। अब हम जैसे लड़के रहेंगे,
जैसे जो बिजनेसमैन होते हैं, डिसीजन मेकर होते हैं,
वो ज़्यादातर ऐसे सोचते हैं। लेकिन उसमें देखिए दो चीज़ रहेगी, समझ रहे हैं? समझिएगा बात?
So when they heard, like politicians and all, when they are very much focused on one thing, then also they kept their hand like this.
हाँ,
like at that same time they are thinking and listening also.
they keep like this.
yes,
आप ध्यान दीजिएगा, फिंगर किस तरीके से जा रही है, दिस, और फिर उनकी आंखों में गहराई रहेगी, एक थॉट रहेगा। अब प्यार वाला हल्का मुस्कान, और ये जाए, ये, और अगर ये ऐसे जा रहा है, ऐसे, इसका मतलब कुछ चल रहा है माइंड में, ऐसे जा रहेगा, राइट। लेकिन कभी कभी अगर भूल चूक में किसी का हो जाए, कोई सोच रहा हो, तो आप नारा मत लगाने लगना, प्यार हो गया। राइट? तो इट शुड नॉट बी लाइक दैट। तो आज जेस्चर का ही पूरा फोकस रखेंगे, और मैं आपको स्विच करूंगा, टॉपिक दूंगा, और आपके जेस्चर को मैं चेक करना चाहता हूँ। आई वॉन्ट टू चेक योर जेस्चर। Right? Let's do it. Let me welcome. Let me welcome first Neetu ma'am.
Sir, actually,
Welcome.
before coming back to the class, I'll talk about my because I cannot made a story, because if you will see the two things which I wanted to explain, but I felt when I give my expressions in my first story, you see I was just creating a story in my mind. I didn't believe it. That's why that stiffness has come into my body language. In my second story, it was actually took place, and I met the personality there, and I attended the event. That's why I was pretty confident about it. I was able to explain it to you. Now I'm going to tell you about some few tips. Why? Because I had a conversation with sir wherein he asked me about personality development, and I saw the videos also, the last two videos which has been made and uploaded on the YouTube. And before coming for the class, I always watch it so that I'm able to get some inputs into it. And I'll give you 5 tips here which is gonna help you to create your own personality in a good note. Wherein one thing I would like to appreciate, as sir said, a personality doesn't need by a legend. If you are a legend in life, you have achieved something in life, that automatically reflects. People wanted to hear you. So there the combination of personality is not there, but still the person is very much attentive, attendable. Everybody go there and attend them, right? But what you can do to make your personality in a right way, like suppose all of you wanted to become a public speaker in future. So there's 5 things which I am going to explain you. 1, be positive in life always. If you are a positive person, right, so automatically the things comes to you. You will get the way, or you'll find a way wherein a lot of positivity is going to be there, you'll be able to attract those positivity for yourself, right? So number 1, be positive always. Number 2, believe in yourself and always follow your passion. So whatever you wanted to achieve in life, right, that thing, create that particular thing as a passion. You should be very much passionate about it, right? Another thing is believe in yourself. You should believe yourself. What you are doing, it is a right or wrong, and a consistent learning should be there. So the third tip is continuous learning process. It should be persistent, right? So persistent, perseverance, we all know it, right? It's a good statement. Wherein persistence should be there. Keep on learning new things, keep on adding on new things for yourself, right? So that is gonna help you. Again, suppose you are targeting something, try to feel it. I always explain it to everybody. I had a word with a girl, she wanted to get into the aviation. So I told her that if you wanted to go into that, if you wanted to become an air hostess or a model, start believing it and feel that you are like that. So because in your daily life, in your daily practice, you will be get that gesture, right? So that is important thing. Another thing is resilient. We should be resilient, in coming up new things, in learning new things, and new adaptability is important, right? So whatever you will learn new, adapt new, add on into your notebooks and all, right? So you should be resilient in your life, right? So, and the last thing, if keep away from the negative people, because sometimes what we feel is there's a lot of negative people who every day comes to you, what it happened with me, and because they do not wanted to move on from their own life, that's why they are sticking up there. So you shouldn't avoid those company. For avoiding it, that is gonna benefits you. So here are the 5 points which I have given you. So
Okay. Hi, I am standing for the president electionship, and I need you to vote for me. And what about the what I am doing if I will be elected? You can see in my brochure.
okay,
This is
so what is the agenda?
You will see it in the agenda, brochure only.
Okay, so
Okay.
you don't want to tell me?
Nah, I'm just asking for the votes only, and because I have to do it with everyone.
Can you sign where I need to vote? What's your name?
Myself Manisha, and I'm standing for president elections. So you can vote for me.
Sign of your sign. Simple.
No, it's
No, it's a pow.
it's an eagle. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Myself Manisha, and I'm standing for the president election, and I want you to vote for me. and my symbol is eagle. And you can, if I'll be elected, you can see in my agenda what I will be providing it. Okay, thank you.
Why will I give you votes? Tell me
Any quality, if I will be elected, I will provide you free electricity, like and free education to everyone, and and I can say I will provide you lots of money. Just impossible. Okay. Hi. Myself Manisha, I'm standing for president elections, and my symbol is eagle, and I want you to vote me. And what I will be providing, you can see it in my brochure.
So, government is providing free electricity and
Yeah, you want to ask me what different I will provide. Like I think you have heard last time he has said people who want to take free electricity, they can WhatsApp their phone number. Right, I'm not doing it. I'll provide it free like he did before.
you provide unlimited.
Yeah, like unlimited, like Jio have provided you unlimited internet, because of which you all are developing and everybody get to know about internet. They all, like small scale industries also increasing their increasing their businesses through internet. So I'll do the same thing. Like it will be beneficial if you vote me. Thank you.
Okay, amazing.
Hello friends, I want to tell you about, obviously you came here in Delhi, but you might be confused that where you should go in Delhi. So there are some places I would like to tell you about. Firstly, you can go to India Gate. Like everybody heard about it, and it's a good place. For a friends gathering, you can just visit that place, or for a picnic, that's a good place. Then you can go to, secondly, you can go to Lal Killa, right? It's nearby. And thirdly, you go to Jama Masjid. And these are the places which are nearby. So you don't have to go so far or in different directions in Delhi. These are just nearby places.
I contact with everyone.
And fourth place, you can go to zoo. It's near Supreme Court or somewhere. Like you can go to zoo, okay, with your friends, with your family, with kids, everywhere, with everyone, okay. And then if you feel like you don't want to go anywhere, like you want to do a party thing, then you can go to CP. Right, its nearest metro station is Rajiv Chowk to it. So you can go there, do shopping and do party with your friends and everything. Okay, thank you.
Good.